Hi everyone, it's Wednesday morning. With the recent South Australian election results showing a surprising surge in One Nation, so political conversations across the state and nationwide are heating up again. It actually got me thinking about the political landscape back when I first come to Australia in 2004. There was one name was absolutely everywhere. He was Nick Xenophon. He's the ultimate kingmaker, the man who held the balance of power in Canberra. However, we don't hear much about him nowadays. So I just wondered what happened to the man who once turned Australian politics upside down. Looking back his early career, it turns out Nick Xenophon didn't start it in the major parties like Labour, Liberal, Nationals. He built his entire reputation on a single, very powerful issue. Back in 1997, he ran for South Australian Upper House with a very simple slogan. No pokies. Very simple. He finally tapped into a huge wave of public concern about gambling, and it worked. By 2008, he moved into federal Senate, and his pick was Nick Xenophon Team, NXT called. He was the most powerful independent in the country at that time, forcing the major parties to negotiate it with him on almost every major bill. But then a turning point happened in 2017 or 2018. He decided to take a massive gamble. So he resigned from the very safe seat in the federal Senate to return to South Australia to run for Premier. He launched a new party called SA Best. At first, the polls suggested he could probably win and become Premier. However, in details of the election 2018, it turns out the empire struck back. The major parties, especially the Liberal and the gambling industry, very powerful industry, launched a massive anti-Xenophon campaign. In a shocking result, he failed to win his own seat even, and his party didn't even win a single seat in the lower house. senators. Probably just one senator? I'm not pretty sure. And then they called it a total wipeout. So where is he now? After the 2018 defeat, he mostly stepped out of the spotlight, just worked as a local lawyer, and then, class actions and consumer rights, something like that. However, he did try to come back in 2022 federal election, running for senator again. However, Xenophon magic seemed have faded, and he failed finally. So nowadays probably he moved even further away from public life and then living in a very quiet life in South Australia. It is a fascinating reminder how quickly the tide can turn into politics and then go away. What's gonna be happening in the near future about the happenings of one nation? Have a good day, everybody.